Hey, hello, 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 and another hello. I am Stars Tina, and today is week 2 of our 8-week challenge, summer challenge, talking about nutrition. So last week we talked about the basics, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into something called macronutrients. So you guys may hear people talk about it all the time. Well, I have to count my macros, I have to count my micro. And I remember when I first heard this, I was just like, like what is that all about? So I want to begin by saying I am not a dietitian, I am not a nutritionist, I'm a health and fitness coach. I'm a personal trainer, fitness instructor. So I do have a certificate in nutrition, but I'm not a nutritionist. There's a huge difference. So today I'm going to be giving us some basics. And if you want a little more information to dive into this for yourself, I suggest you, one, go to your doctor or to a nutritionist, because when it comes to vitamins and minerals and protein and all that stuff, it's very specific for each person. For example, for myself, I've been in the fitness industry professionally, and I say professionally because that just means I do it full time for over 6 years now, and my weight has gone up and down, different things like that. At times I've had nutritionists, I've had personal trainers, and as you get older, things change in your body. When you're in your 20s and 30s, you can lose weight like this. 30s to 40s, a little bit more challenging, and then once you hit that 40, it's like, oh my gosh, you look at something and then it's on your body. And then 50s, where I'm approaching now, it's totally different. So I want to begin with macronutrients, and I'm going to be using my notes because I tend to just wander off and talk and talk and talk and talk. So macronutrients, they pretty much give you energy. If you find that you're sluggish and you're tired all the time, it definitely has to do with what you're eating. And women especially always look at their calories. They always look at, oh, I don't want to eat too much, because you think, first of all, it takes 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat. For me, that comes out when I train. I always think, okay, 500 calories. That's how many calories I want to burn while I'm teaching a class for each of my clients. But then you think about it, you burn those calories, but then you're not supposed to eat that much. So then women think, well, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to eat. And then when you don't eat, you're actually starving your body. And I always say, think about a bear. When a bear doesn't eat, it goes into hibernation, and the body just kind of eats off of the food that's in its belly or the fat or whatever. So when you're not eating, your body is holding on to the fat, which you don't want. So pretty much macronutrients are the nutrients we need in large quantities that provide us with energy. In other words, fats, protein, and carbohydrates. Those are the 3 major carbohydrates. Now there's something called micronutrients, and those are mostly vitamins, minerals, and are equally important, but they're consumed in very small amounts. Now, there's 7 different classes of macronutrients, and I mentioned the 3 majors. The first one is the carbohydrates, and I just want to share really quick. So let's talk about proteins first, because that's my favorite, protein. So protein has 4 calories of grams per gram. Now protein provides 4 calories per gram and is vital for immune function, building and repairing tissue, cell signaling, hormones, and enzymes. Protein-rich foods include eggs, poultry, fish, tofu, lentils, and beans. Now, if you're vegan, or if you're vegetarian, it's a little challenging to get all your protein in. For example, we said eggs, and I'm vegan, shooting towards that vegan lifestyle, so I can't eat eggs. I can't eat poultry, I can't eat fish. So that leaves me with tofu, lentils, and beans. So you really have to be very cognizant in regards to what you're eating if you're not eating fish or meat or that sort of thing. Which brings me to this right here, my protein shake. So I just finished teaching a class, and a lot of people say, so when should I do a protein shake? How much? How often? So there's 2 different ways of how you can do your protein shakes. First of all, after you work out, you want protein in only water, and that's what's in here. I put my chocolate protein in water, that's it, so it can go straight to my muscles. But if you're using it as a meal replacement, sometimes I'll do that. I'll put almond milk, I may put flaxseed, strawberries, blueberries, banana, whatever you want to make it super nice. So that's the difference between the protein that you take after a workout or if you use it as a meal replacement. So I also want to show you, this is the protein that I use, and some people may look at the nutritional value on their foods, which is super, super important, and I'm going to talk about that again today. Now, this is vegan protein. I've been using this for over 7 years now. It tastes amazing, and it actually has 20 grams of protein, and you're supposed to have a certain amount of protein every day, depending on if you want to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain. Super important. The next macro I want to talk about are carbohydrates. A lot of people say, well, I'm not eating carbs, no bread, which is totally wrong and totally not good, because carbohydrates provide 4 calories per gram as well. In your body, carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, a type of sugar that your body uses for immediate energy or stores in your liver and muscle for later use. Carbohydrates are found in almost all foods, with the exception of oils, fats, and meats. Items like grains, starchy veggies, beans, dairy, and fruit consumption contain carbohydrates. Now, it's very important that you have the good carbs. And whenever I start with a client, I say, well, let's just turn our mindset and our thinking around. And I always say, you never want to say, I can't eat something. You know, I can't have this, I can't have that, because if you think that way, first of all, you're going to want it even more. So when it comes to carbs, I just say just switching out things. For example, instead of having white potatoes, have sweet potatoes. Instead of having white rice, you can have brown rice, you can have quinoa, you can have couscous. Instead of having spaghetti, let's talk about that now. So this is a spaghetti that I got. Again, I need protein a lot because I don't eat meat. Now, when I first saw this, I was super excited because it said 22 grams of protein. I was like, yes! Fiber, yes! Now, you notice it has a little italics on the side here. I don't know if you can see that. But when you're getting your food, it's very important that you really look at what it's saying. So when you first look at it, you see 22 grams, but then on the bottom it says per 3.5 ounces. So when I would think this, I would think one serving, I'd get 22 grams, but no, it's 3.5. And then when you flip it over on the back, I mean, this is still good. This is chickpea pasta. But again, if you look at the actual nutrients here on the bottom, it's showing that there are 12 grams, which is still good, of protein, and that's for 2 servings. So again, you have to be careful when you look at your servings. It's saying this whole container is 4 servings, and saturated fats, it's very important, again, you know, that I say here, and then sugars is 0, which is really good. Yesterday when I was in the supermarket, I was looking at all the different types of protein, all the different types of spaghetti. You have quinoa spaghetti, you have it made out of brown rice, quinoa, all sorts of stuff, chickpea. So what I did was I literally spent about 10 minutes yesterday looking at all the different spaghettis to see which one was best for me. And now I know, for me, this is the best one for me because it has the most protein, and that's what I need. For you, you may eat meat. And if you do eat meat, I suggest that you make sure you have farm-raised meat to be good with that. So that's a little bit more about the carbs. Let's talk about fats now. Now, fat has the most calories. It has 9 calories per gram. Your body needs fat for energy, hormone production, and nutrient absorption. Fat is found in oils, butters, nuts, meat, and fatty fish. So again, it is very important to have fat, but the right type of fat. I'm not going to go in complete detail with that because that's a whole nother story when you have saturated fat, trans fat, but something that's good if you want to get some good fat in is avocado. And you might say, well, I don't like the way that tastes. Well, try different things on your palate, super important. So as I went back to 7 major nutrients, we said carbs, proteins, and fats, but you also have dietary fiber. Fiber is super important to get. Minerals, vitamins, and water. I'm going to talk really quick about water. So you're probably saying, I don't like water, it doesn't taste good. Well, just think about the earth. You know, there's more water on the earth. Our body needs water to sustain, to keep things moving in our system. So I say, figure out how much you weigh. So let's just say you weigh 200 pounds. Well, then you should have 100 ounces of water a day. And some people say, well, can that be my tea? Can that be my shake or whatever? I say no. You know, just pretty much have water with everything. And then you can jazz it up with lemon. I always try to put lemon or ginger in my water, super important. Now, as I mentioned, protein are the building blocks of your body. All lean, non-fat tissue in your body is comprised of protein. Therefore, it's the most important thing. So you're probably there and you're like, well, how do I know how much protein I should get, how much fats I should get, how much oils? Well, there is an equation. Protein, you should have 10 to 35% of your calories should come from protein. Fat, 20 to 35%. Carbs, 45 to 65%. And then you have to figure out, well, how many calories should you have a day? Well, again, it depends on if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, if you want to maintain weight. There are so many things when it comes to this nutrition lifestyle. Going back to when you exercise, well, where should your heart rate be? Well, again, it depends on if you want to lose weight, if you want to maintain weight, if you want to gain weight. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a personal trainer. A balanced diet can help reduce risk of disease, and it can also help with weight loss. So it's very important that you know what you're putting in your system, what you're eating, and all that wonderful stuff. pretty much that's everything that I wanted to say today about nutrition. About macros. I don't want to give you too much stuff. But again, go by how your body feels. And I say that because a few months ago, I was feeling just weird. Like my heart was just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but you know what you feel, and go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, and he was doing my heart rate. And he's like, your heart rate's kind of low. It's 55. And I said, well, I have been doing a lot more yoga than normal. And he's like, it's really low. So then he put me on this, he took my EKG, hooked it up, and he was like, we had a long conversation about my lifestyle and how as a kid I had my thyroid taken out. And he was like, are you taking any medication? And I said, no. And he's like, well, maybe he said, don't do anything for the rest of the weekend. Wait till the results come. They took my blood work, put it in, and then they said everything was fine. But then I was just like, okay, I don't believe you. So I went to a specialist for my heart. And I told him everything about me. I'm vegetarian, I exercise all the time, blah, 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 blah. I gave him specifics. And then I told him all the vitamins, because at the time I was taking a lot of vitamins. I was taking a blood builder because, again, I don't eat meat, so I wanted to make sure I got that. Vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin C. I was taking a turmeric. I was taking a whole lot of stuff. I felt like a little old lady, but these were the vitamins and supplements I was taking, micronutrients, to make sure I got everything. And pretty much I told him about my diet, and he's like, well, it sounds like you're taking a lot, and sometimes you really don't need all those things if you're eating clean and getting everything that you need to get. So, professional advice, opinion, that's what you need in order to get the results that you want. If you're doing the same thing for years or months and you're not getting results, well, then you need to seek a professional. I can help you with that, and if I can't help you with it, I can lead you to someone else. And I'm just super excited that you have decided to get on this journey to be fit for life. I am Stars Tina. I hope you learned something today. Please share this with someone. Have a great weekend. Bye.